Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Friday, April the 26th, the year 2019. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap up. I know you guys, you traders out there, used money and risk management this week, right? Please don't tell me I am wrong. For the week, as you can see, all the gaps have filled again. Now, we had one pair, I forget which one, but it was a laggard. So I guess it filled sometime between yesterday and today's video, which is obvious. So as you can see, on the weekly, price just does not like to leave those open gaps. We've got the Euro Yen 50 pips off that weekly low. So you can see here, if you apply the rat zone to the weekly chart, 20 pips off that bottom, you would have been rewarded nicely. So you could trade that on the daily because one day of the week made the weekly low. And you pick up that rat trade and you can see what happened. And looking here on the daily, you can see obviously today was the day where it put in a low, broke out of that daily wick zone, and turned around. But on the year, once again, you see this yearly open, we've crossed it again. See, pulled back, price opened below the previous midpoint, that magenta colored diamond there, came out, crossed the line, broke out of that lower wick zone. So there was a nice trade opportunity there. Yeah, I know, Harry hindsight, right? Except we look at these things on a daily basis, so and we can see them before they happen. Not that we have a crystal ball, but we can see the setup happening, and then when it happens, we can pounce. Now, looking at the opening range breakouts, we've had some really interesting things happen this week. Okay, so you can see here's the first day of the week, Monday. We put in the high and the low. We broke out once, twice, three times. A lady, nice move to the bottom. But then right here, the first day of the month, we came in and out, then back in and out, and then right through it, through the bottom of the range. So as I was saying, we broke out. Here's the opening of the month. You can see there was a nice crossover there. And so the month, the first day of the month, you see right here. And then we had the low of the year right here. So in and out of that range, in and out of that range. But we're still in, of course, we're going to be in the yearly range. The first, well, actually, no, we don't have to be in the first day of the year range, but we will always be in the yearly range for the yearly high and the yearly low. But this is just the first day of the year right here. So low day one of the year, high day one of the year. So we're back in that range. And remember, that range was just ridiculously huge. And right here, you can see for this week, we crossed below the open of the first day of January, trading day, first day of February, and you can see first day of April we crossed, and then we crossed back above. So once again, using these opens, first day of the month, you can see what happens. We can use those as horizontal line trades. And that gives me it's a question. Now we've been through my four systems. We did the buy zone, the rat zone, the wick zone, and holo zone we did this week. I'm thinking there's really not, the only other thing I could show you is the ATR zone. So, or we can talk about open crossovers. But let me know really, if there's another system or something that you'd like me to cover next week. Otherwise, I guess we'll just look at all of them like we do to start and end the week, just to see where price is and then how prices reacted that week. And as always, if you have any questions about any of them, feel free to ask via YouTube comments, Facebook comments, forum comments. But unless it's really, really personal, no emails, because I'd rather do it in the public forum so all traders can have an opportunity to benefit from the Q&A. And the inside bar traders, look at this. We had an inside bar 5 days ago. So this was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, last Friday. We broke out to the upside, we broke out to the downside. Once again, the inside bar trade here on daily, weekly, monthly, proving to be profitable. And I know there's at least one trader that really likes these inside bars and has been profiting. I don't know if it's because he watched my video or if he'd been doing it the whole time. And here we have price. You see it broke out of yesterday's low. We already discussed it. Turned around, that lower wick zone, entered it and broke out. And you can see there was a nice move to the upside. Oh, about what? 42 pips or so to the upside there. Only 62 pip range, and the new beast only won over 100. So pretty anemic day. And you can see here we've been talking about holo trades, and there was a trader that said he just doesn't understand holo. So let's see if we can help this trader out. Okay, that's ATR. Holo, okay. Highest open of the day was here. Lowest open of the day. Wants to know, what do we do? Well, one thing is, you can see this is just the H1, so you can see where the highest H1 open was right there, and where the lowest one for the day was, which was the first hour of the day. But if we switch time frames, we can go down to 5-minute time frame. And so you can see here a very nice holo trade. Here's the highest open was put in. Price came and made the zone right here, because this all happened within the first hour. Okay, then you see you've got a bear candle right here, and then the trade would have been here. This would have been pretty much a pro trade, because usually on holo we don't take a break, we don't take the trade during that breakout, but the same rules apply. So right here, because price was going down at that open, you take the trade. So you don't want to take the trade here. Why? Yeah, price was going down, but you see what happened? It reversed. So you want it to come all the way back to the open. Why? Because if you, well, we'll just switch over here. If you look at the hour chart, you can see when it made a lowest open, oh, it's hard to see on here, but you see it made a highest open. You see that wick. Now what happens? It came down. Right here, this would have been a holo from yesterday. Here's that highest open right here. Okay, but once again, see, if you jumped in on this candle, chances are you would have been burned on the second candle. So that's why you don't jump in on that first candle. You let this candle open. Now you've got your trigger line right here. Price went up, made a new high, and came back down through this highest open. See, this open on this candle isn't the highest open, so your trigger is still here. Okay, you'd be trading against the H1 candle color, but you've got something right here. It's already made a new high, crossed below that previous high price. And then here's another wick. You see all these wicks here? How price is falling back through? Well, what's that telling you? It's telling you price is being pushed in this way by the sellers. So right there, there's a trigger. I mean, here's a higher open here. There was one over there. So once again, you see price is cutting through all these wicks. And so when it's exiting those wicks, it's coming this way. So I hope that helps. Let me know if it doesn't, and I will try to explain it again. Now, where were we? Okay. We were here. Once again, highest open for the day. Moving on, we can see the buy zone right here. We had a short trigger, but we had a long bias because the pivot point is way above the buy zone. So here, you may have taken that trade. Shouldn't have been in any trouble right there. There's an opportunity to take profit. Here's some pro buy zone trades here. I call them pro because price has to come up into and through the buy zone. Okay, if price is just dipping in and coming back out, then chances are you'll be going against the H1 candle color, which unless you're a pro is a no-no. But if you can read the wicks, once again, you see all these wicks, price dipping in a wick, failing to make a new low, turns around and goes back up. So that's just price action, okay? Rat zone, right there. We had a nice rat reversal trade coming up, or a turn trade here, boom, down. So this is still live, Larry live trade, or Randy real-time trade right here. You can look for a signal to short. Pivot, we hit it. We saw that earlier. We've taken out all these missed pivots. There was a bunch up here, but you can see we cleared them out. We've got one here from the 24th, just a couple of days ago, but that one got cleared out. That one got cleared out. That one got cleared out. Once again, these missed pivots, they're few and far between. You see, we've only had 2 last year. Price action, 2 ball at the top, red at the line pro trade, 3 ball at the bottom, green at the line normal trade. Here we go again. It's just price action. Take your pips when you can. In the wick zone, price doesn't like staying in the wick zone, in and out, back in and out. Once again, showing previous day's low, across, crossing the line, horizontal trade. Simple, simple. Tick chart. Somebody wanted to know about how do I use the tick chart and explain it. If you hit the F9 key on your MT4 platform, you'll get their tick chart. Now, once again, this is just an observation I made here. You see, price, I say price doesn't go up until price goes above, the bid goes above the valley of the ask. Okay. And so where do we have it? So right here, here's the valley. You see price went up. So sellers started to take control right here. But then at the peak right here, the bid, I'm sorry, we went through the bid went through the valley of the ask. So the buyers took control, put in a peak, but then the ask came back down through the peak of the buyers, and then we had selling again, okay? And then right down here, you see, we got above, the bid got above the valley of the ask, so buyers started taking control. And so that's how I analyze the price there. And the Einstein line, so here's the tick chart showing who's in control. Now, fellow traders, that's going to wrap it up for the week. I hope everybody had a nice profitable week. Come back next week. Have a safe weekend out there. So When you come back next week, you'll remember it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it, and we'll all drain the banks.